Hi. So, I'm probably just projecting this, but I have a feeling a few of you might be thinking, what is this 18-year-old doing speaking alongside all of these amazing spiritual leaders? And to be honest, I've been asking myself the same question over and over and over from the moment that my plane hit the ground. The first day, we were sitting in the hotel in a circle, and one of my closest giants looked at me, and I swear she looked into my soul, not even into my eyes, and said, "I am so glad that you are here." She said it again today as we were in this room. And I said, "Okay," and I know that I'm not supposed to be anywhere else. The past couple days have been very overwhelming. I cannot deny that even a little bit. I had 2 breakdowns within an hour yesterday, but I did not do them alone. I always had someone to go to and someone to be vulnerable with. And that's a big word. Vulnerable. Vulnerability. Let's talk about it. Why, as humans, are we so scared of our own emotion when our emotion is the only thing that can connect us to one another? Without connection, we are truly alone. And no one likes to be alone. As humans, specifically in the time we live in, we like to present ourselves on and off social media as being all good, all the time. Life is great, I am so happy. But that's not true for any of us. No one is 100% good 100% of the time. But why did we present ourselves that way? Because we're scared. Something inside all of us is scared to be real. But a lot of that comes from not wanting to be fully open with someone, not wanting to tell someone all of your problems because you don't want to feel like you're sitting on someone's therapist's couch. But you don't have to. There are so many other ways to get out what you're feeling instead of just saying what you're feeling. Self-expression. Self-expression is my number one thing. I'm an artist, I'm a musician, I'm a writer. And along with all of those things, I not only put all of my emotion into that, but I put it into everyone else as well. Growing up, I was always gathering everyone's emotion and carrying it with me. And for a while, I had nowhere to put it until I started teaching myself how to play guitar and writing music. And I was like, oh my gosh, I don't have to talk about it. I can just be it. What? And things were good for a few years until I was 16, and something happened to me that would qualify me to participate in the Me Too movement. And when this happened, I kept it all to myself. I didn't really talk about it. I wouldn't allow myself to be vulnerable about it because it was scary, and I didn't want anyone to know what had happened. I didn't want to appear as someone who had been hurt. I overcame that, however, and I was vulnerable in 3 ways. I was vulnerable when I accepted myself what had happened and took the responsibility. I was vulnerable when I came forward. And I'm vulnerable now, talking about it with a group of people. I'm standing on stage, being vulnerable with you guys. And I hope that you do the same for me while we're all here. I made the choice after what happened to kind of let him take the easy way out, not force him to have a label from the law that would stick with him for the rest of his life. Because He had a lesson to learn, but it was not my lesson to teach him. A lot of people, my friends mostly at the time, who I had opened up to, told me that I made the wrong choice and that he deserved to go to jail for the rest of his life, but I didn't believe that because he's a kid. I was a kid. Kids make mistakes. I decided, I had about a month break between what had happened and moving on with my life, where I just completely shut down and didn't make any music, didn't create any art. I just kind of self-sabotaged for a little bit. And then I started doodling in class one day. And it made me feel good, just that little bit. And I decided, okay, I have to continue to let out what I'm feeling, or I'm just going to continue to spiral down. So my challenge to you, if you take away one thing from my talk, I challenge you to express yourselves as well. Channel your inner artist. If you suck at art, do it anyways. Write anything. If you're writing, I feel sad, that's something. You're telling that piece of paper how you feel. And I guarantee just that little bit will make you feel better. And I also want you to take away, that's two things, not just one, I take that back. I want you to take away that your vulnerability is your power. Your vulnerability is your power. Your vulnerability is your power. Thank you.